Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. On today's episode of Tasty Gaming, I wanted to bring a dish that was inspired by Assassin's Creed Unity, and because the game takes place during the French Revolution, I wanted to create a dish that someone in those times during the French Revolution may have eaten. Now, one of the key components in this dish are potatoes, and at the time potatoes is actually considered poisonous. Now, it wasn't until the French Revolution in 1789 that the precious vegetable was actually accepted by the French because of famine. They were kind of forced into it. When the potatoes didn't kill them, they showed a surprising enthusiasm for this new food. So the following recipe is actually taken from one of the first post-revolutionary cookbooks and is one of the earliest French recipes using potatoes. So you never know, this is something that maybe Arno Dorian would have eaten. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, I took about 5 potatoes and I placed them in lightly salted water and I let them boil for about 30 minutes. Now, while I had my potatoes boiling, I finally chopped my onions, 1 shallot, and a few sprigs of parsley. Next, I went ahead and finally chopped about 2 cups of chicken. Now when my potatoes are finally ready, I take them out of the water, I place them into another bowl, and I start peeling the skins off while they're hot. Next, I smash my potatoes with a potato smasher, or you can use a fork. Now once everything is smashed, I went ahead and I added my veggies and my chicken and I mixed them until they were well combined with the potatoes. Now we're gonna go ahead and add our eggs. So what I did was I separated 1 egg. I separated the yolk and the white membrane. I try to keep it as separated as I can, but I clearly cannot. And I went ahead and I took the yolk and I put those in my mashed potato mix. And I also dumped another egg into my mashed potatoes as well. I put my white egg to the side for later. Next, I took a handful of mashed potatoes and I'm shaping them into patties. You don't want them to be too skinny because then they'll be too crunchy, but I like crunchy. And you don't want them to be too large because the centers won't cook as well. Alright, so now that we have our patties, I went ahead and I dipped that into the egg wash that we had separated for later, and then I dipped those into flour. Now we are going to cook our potato patties, and the cooking process is very easy. They cooked for about 5 minutes on both sides, maybe a little bit less, but you want to make sure that each side is nice and browned. And there you have it. Now, if I could actually reinvent this recipe, I think it would have actually been delicious for breakfast. Instead, I would have taken a poached egg and placed it on top of my potato patty, and I would have eaten it that way. But this was extremely easy to make, so if you like this video, go ahead and give me a like and comment, and let me know if you guys like the series. Thank you. Bye, guys. Oh yeah, and don't forget, guys.